Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jules MA here. Before we go any further in this video, please don't forget to join the Jules MA family. We're on the road to 1K. So before I get started in this video, I did wear this top currently in a previous video and do this eye look for you guys. So jump to that video after watching this video. If you have not watched that video already, please do not judge. I am just too lazy to go and change my top. I'm bringing to you guys my top 5 favorites fall palettes that I do own. For those who love neutral, those who like a bit of color, a bit of jazz, I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all. My favorite part of my makeup routine is my eyeshadow, my eyes. You can definitely comment down below and let me know what's your favorite part of your makeup routine is. Let's hold a conversation down in the comments. Like, why not? So as we all know, we're entering into the season of autumn, which is also known as fall, where we tone down our colors from bright, bold looks. Even though this may be a bit bold, you can also, this is like on the borderline, or possibly is on the borderline to fall, summer fall, because we're now transitioning. So I think that this is even perfect to enter this video if I do say so myself. So for today's video, as I just mentioned, we're now approaching autumn, also known as fall, where the leaf starts to drop off the tree and turn orange or brown or whatever the case may be. So that's what we're bringing to you today. But I'm bringing to you my top 5 palettes that I feel like you guys would enjoy and are black girl friendly. It's very pigmented on our skin. I personally can vouch for these palettes. If you have been on my channel or you're just joining my family, you will definitely see me use these palettes a lot because I do like my warm tones. Even when I'm doing bold colors, I need my warm tones, my cool tones, me to still make that look pop regardless. This is in no particular order whatsoever, but I will be starting off with my BMM Melanin Fantasy Eyeshadow Palette. So this is what the packaging looks like. This palette is priced at £21.99. This is a UK small indie brand owned by a black influencer or Instagrammer. If you go on Brown Melanin Fantasy, you can, on Instagram, you can see that she does repost a lot of people's work, but she likes to repost phenomenal work. Do looks on Instagram. You can definitely tag her into it. It's like a page to get exposure, if that makes sense, or make it any simpler. So with this palette, you can see from the inside you have this nice chocolate brown to your oranges to a few shimmers. The fact that the pan size are really big, so you know you won't run out of your shadow shades too quickly, but you can definitely see that I've made a dent in this brown shade right here. I do use this shade quite often and I love this palette. This palette blends out beautifully. It is black girl friendly. It is a phenomenal palette. I also love the fact that she didn't put too much shimmers. I'm not a person that loves shimmer shadows. I love crazy bold looks, but I prefer to play with matte colors. But these shimmers are absolutely beautiful. I'm going with a few swatches for you guys. So this is one shade right there, another, and these shadows are super buttery, super buttery. So these are a few shades right here, and I'm just gonna show you the swatches live. So that's one. Look at how pigmented that is, and I still have shadow on my finger. And this is a next one right there. That one is not so, that one doesn't swatch that well, but you can, it definitely performs beautifully on the eyes. I can tell you that for a fact. This brown shade right here, you can see how pigmented that is, and this orange right here. So you can definitely see that this palette is super pigmented. But nevertheless, I always say in any look, if the case may be, when I'm swatching, it never matters to me how it swatches, but how it performs on the eye. That's the most important thing. If you've watched my previous video, you will see that I did use these shadows on my eyes, and you can definitely see how pigmented they are on the eyes. You can also use this palette as a blusher. So you can use this as an orange blush, or this shade right here also, or even this shade right here is beautiful as a blush. Gorgeous. And for my light skin ladies, you can also use this as a highlighter. The next palette I'll be taking is my Jaclyn Hill times Morphe Volume 2 palette. I'm sure you guys can see how sleek this packaging is. White. I do not like the packaging because anytime I've done foundation or whatever the case may be, as soon as I touch the palette, it's stained, obviously. But the good thing is it's easy to wipe off. Now to see the color story, how amazing and beautiful this color story is. Now I feel like this is one of her best eyeshadow formula. Her volume 1 is a lovely palette for autumn, spring, summer, or whatever the case may be. And that palette is also very beautiful, but for some reason I do gravitate to this palette a lot more. Now why I do love this palette is because it has its berry tones, its purple tones, and its neutrals, obviously. This palette is giving you autumn / fall vibes. So you have your dark toned berry tones, beautiful in. If you would like to have a pop of purple shades, you can definitely incorporate those. And obviously neutral colors up here can be worn in any season, but in particular fall. Let me swatch some of my favorite colors that I tend to gravitate to a lot in this palette. This one right here called G Money is a beautiful brown shade. It's swatch kind of orangey, but it's a nice brown shade. The next shade is called Homebody. It's a darker shade to the brown on top. To use this as transition colors. Gorgeous. Is this nice color called Stay True. That is a beautiful color right there. It's kind of bright, but the next color I'm going to take is called Crazy. And this is a nice berry tone. Beautiful. You can see how rich and pigmented that color is. Well, these two swatches I tried to wipe off my hand, and obviously it wasn't dried completely, but please do forgive me on that part. But you can see how rich these two had swatched so far, but all of them are the same formula, and usually all of them swatch the same. Now this is one of my go-to shimmer. If I do use shimmer, it's called Get Ready With Me. That is a stunning shade right there. Another shimmer shade is called Drama Queen. And that's how gorgeous this shade is. Like, okay, so the next palette I have here is the Nomad palette from Juvia's Place. And this is a gorgeous palette. I love the packaging. I love it. Love it. I love Juvia's Place theme when it comes to her palettes. Now this palette is priced at $15 US, but to get it to the UK, that custom charge is ridiculous. Another alternative place you can purchase this palette is at London Loves Beauty for £19.95. I'm not sure why Beauty Bay only supplies a few of Juvia's Place palettes, but this is a beautiful palette. And sometimes London Loves Beauty price on Juvia's Place is way cheaper than Beauty Bay. So you can definitely keep that in mind. Look how stunning this palette looks inside. Super gorgeous. Like, look at the green grungy shades, the transition shades. Look at this army green, and I love green. Green is my favorite color, in particular olive green, but these are my favorite colors. Shimmer shade. And Juvia's Place has one of the best formulas when it comes to the shimmer shades, even though I'm not a big advocate when it comes to shimmers. But you can see how pigmented this palette is. Sorry for the bad swatches, but you get the gist of this whole thing. If you do not own not even one Juvia's Place palette, you're missing out. Like, it is super affordable. on so many levels, except for when we have to pay customs in the UK. Like, they need to hurry up and come out with a UK site. I've been seeing that pending on Google for how long. I don't know what's going on, but it would be nice if she could finally launch that UK site so it's accessible for us, so we don't have to be paying that a big sum of custom charge just to receive what you guys in the US receive for such a cheap and affordable cost. Palette right here looks atrocious, but this is my first palette that I can say I truly love from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette times Amrezy. I am telling you, this is definitely black girl friend. I think it's called Rivera. I do own the Rivera palette, but that palette does not look good on my complexion, and I'm not even the deepest of shades, and I do not like that palette. I legit just gave it away the other day. I hate it. I legit hate it. But this one right here, it is super pigmented. It shows up on my skin like no other. Like, it's super pigmented. Let me swatch a few, and that's that one right there. This is called New Yorker. Going 1, 2, 3. So these are 3 lovely shades swatched right here. I'm not even the darkest shade, and the swatches may not come out so beautiful, but believe me when I say this palette is super pigmented on woman of color. The next one that I find super gorgeous in this palette is called Barb. And by the way, this is a glitter shade. You see how pigmented that came off in just one swatch? Love the color. And I love this color because it's duochrome. And once again, this is the shade called Barb. And this palette does come with a lovely black also in it. Let's swatch that and swatch. In one dab, this comes off super black. Once again, this is the swatches from the Amrezy times Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Gorgeous on woman of color. I just digged into the blue shade. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the last and final palette, giving you a simple but effective vibe. It's giving you a simple but effective vibe. And this is the Tati Beauty palette. Now this palette is priced at $48, which I think is roughly priced at £36 thereabout. I don't remember paying for customs, to be honest, when I purchased this palette. So if I'm wrong and someone from the UK has purchased this and I'm watching this video, you can definitely let me know in the comments down below. But even though this palette is very simple and straightforward, she's giving you 6 different textures. So you have from matte, to sequin, to metallic, to glitter. Like I feel like this palette is easy to get looks out of because you have your dark shades, your warm shades, and obviously a transition. So I usually start from dark to light. So say for instance I go with my black, then my brown, then this orange, then I go light. And then say for instance I want to cut my crease, I'll take this color. Or for example I want to switch it up, I can use black and use this as my transition of my black shade, and then the brown, the light brown on top. Or I can use the brown shade as my darkest shade and then go into this to lighten up that dark brown, and then use this to cut my crease and put on the lid. And then if I'm going out and I want to look jazzed up, I can use either the metallic shade or the sequin shades. Or if I want to really and truly bring that nighttime glam jazz, I can go in with my glitter shades. But for you guys, I'm going to swatch it right now. And I feel like this palette is very universal. I'm going in with this black glitter shade. and that's just one swatch, right? Taking a metallic shade called Story. That's that shade right there. Super gorgeous on one swatch. Taking a matte shade called Ritual. That's that nice brown shade right there. One swatch, like super pigmented. I used the black on my eyes today. I wish you guys could feel this palette through the camera, like, but this is memorial swatched one time. All these right here is swatched one time. But I'm gonna take that pink shade just to go a bit further, and I'm gonna take the Sequin shade, and look how stunning that is, even reflecting on camera. Like, that comes to the end of my top 5 picks for my fall palettes. But you guys can definitely let me know in the comments down below which palette out of the 5 you guys probably have or probably would invest in the future. I'll be feeling this look. Please go and check this look out and go and share it with a friend, family, and it's a previous video, and this highlighter is just beaming. Thank you for staying tuned to watch this video.